Okay, imagine Europe a long time ago. We're talking about the Middle Ages, sometimes called the Dark Ages. It was a tough time. The Roman Empire, which was like the big, strong leader, had crumbled. Things were chaotic and people were struggling. Imagine no good roads, no easy way to trade, and not many schools. Life was hard, and the Catholic Church was in charge, kind of like the principal of a really big school. Most people farmed just to have food on the table, and they followed the church's rules very closely. Not a lot of new inventions or exciting stuff, right? But guess what? Even in tough times, people find a way. Secretly, in quiet monasteries, monks were busy copying old books. They were saving knowledge like a hidden treasure waiting for the right moment. Little did they know they were setting the stage for a huge change, a time called the Renaissance. Okay, picture Italy. And in Italy, there's a city called Florence. This place was buzzing. It was like the coolest city to be in, full of traders and new ideas. And the Medici family, they were like the city's biggest fans. They had tons of money from being bankers, and they loved art and fancy things. They paid artists to paint amazing pictures on church walls and build incredible buildings. Florence became the place to be for anyone who was anyone in the art world. All this art and creativity wouldn't have happened without the support of rich people like the Medici family. They gave artists the freedom to try new things and become the geniuses we still talk about today. Now let's talk about the Renaissance's biggest idea, humanism. It was like saying, hey, humans are pretty awesome. They were inspired by the ancient Greeks and Romans who loved knowledge and art. Humanists believed in learning and becoming well-rounded people. They started questioning everything, even the church, which was a big deal back then. One important humanist was Francesco Petrarch. He was like a detective who found lost books from the ancient Greeks and Romans. He said, let's learn from these guys. This focus on human achievement changed everything, especially art, literature, and how people thought. Get ready for some serious art. During the Renaissance, artists were like rock stars. They ditched the old, boring medieval style and said, let's make art more realistic. They used tricks like perspective, making things look three-dimensional, and chiaroscuro, playing with light and shadow. Think of it like this. They made paintings look like photographs. One of the biggest names was Leonardo da Vinci. This guy could do it all. Painting, inventing, dissecting bodies, you name it. He painted the Mona Lisa, which is super famous. Then there was Michelangelo, who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Talk about a tough job. And Raphael, who loved painting perfect, harmonious scenes. These artists were the best of the best, and their work still wows people today. The Renaissance wasn't just about art, it was about science too. People started asking, hey, how does the universe actually work? They didn't just believe what they were told, they wanted proof. This is where Nicholas Copernicus comes in. He was like, hold on, I think the Earth goes around the sun, not the other way around. Everyone was shocked. This was a huge challenge to what the church had always said. And remember Leonardo da Vinci, not only was he a great artist, but he was also a scientist. He cut open bodies to learn about anatomy, which was pretty radical back then. Plus, new inventions like the telescope and microscope allowed scientists to see things they had never seen before. It was a time of amazing discoveries. Imagine a world without the internet, phones, or even many books. That was life before the printing press. But then came Johannes Gutenberg, and he invented something that changed the world forever, the printing press. It was like the internet of its time. Before, books were handwritten and super rare. Gutenberg's invention meant books could be made much faster and cheaper. This meant more people could learn to read ideas. It was like a knowledge explosion. The printing press also helped spread new religious ideas which led to big changes in the church. It was a game changer, folks. The Renaissance started in Italy, but it didn't stay there. It was like a catchy song everyone wanted to sing. Trade, travel, and the printing press spread Renaissance ideas all over Europe. Northern European artists like Jan van Eyck put their own spin on things. Van Eyck was a master of oil painting, making his art super realistic. This new way of thinking also made people want to explore. Christopher Columbus, inspired by old maps and stories, sailed west and stumbled upon America. It wasn't what he expected, but it changed the world forever. The Renaissance might be over, but its impact is still felt today. It was like planting a seed that grew into a giant tree. The Renaissance made us believe in human potential, encouraged us to ask questions, and showed us the power of art. Universities became more popular, and people started using the scientific method to understand the world. Even today, we're still inspired by Renaissance art and inventions. It's a reminder that amazing things can happen when people embrace creativity and knowledge. The Renaissance was a time of incredible change. It was like a bridge between the old world and the modern world. From the brilliant artists to the groundbreaking scientists, the Renaissance showed us what humans are capable of. It reminds us to be curious, to never stop learning, and to always push the boundaries of what's possible. The spirit of the Renaissance is still alive today, inspiring us to make our world a more creative and knowledgeable place.